What's up, bro? What's up, here? Shit, bro. What's up, bro? My name's Alan.
My name's Jordan.
My name is Alexander.
Two relevant sources that can prevent school fights are local youth interventions and the Safe School Campus Initiative in the city of San Jose. What can also stop school fights are assets, like teachers, principals, and on-campus security. There are many things that influence school fights. For example, social media. Social media is a huge factor because kids see fights on social media and they want to post them on social media, which is why kids record instead of stopping the fight. Another one is that students like fights because it is attention seeking. For example, students will organize fights to film them.
Yo, I'm gonna post that in social media. I'm gonna get famous.
Yo, don't post it on social media. You know you can still get in trouble even if you weren't involved in the fight. Would you rather stop the fight or show violence?
The root causes of school fights are poor academic performances, disconnect between students and teachers, people talking bad about someone, and witnessing or being a victim of violence.
If a student has been violent before, he is likely to be violent again. However, it's difficult for public schools to permanently remove these students in most states. Expulsion involves warnings, multiple hearings, appeals, and a final judgment by the Board of Education.
Us probably used to contribute the solution. Ideas, cultural norms, or values. Spread messages on how fight affect the school. Personal action. Tell a supervisor or a teacher about the fight that is happening. Group action. Spread messages about not fighting the internet.
You guys should take this as a lesson because it affects everybody's mental health in the fight and out of the fight if you post that, because other people could also get in trouble, because if you're recording and you're just standing there instead of going to tell a teacher, you're going to get in trouble. And another reason is because school fights, anything could happen. If I could hit my head right now because Ori punched me, I could hit my head and I could die.
How do you feel about school fights, Alan?
I hate them. I don't like them. I don't like violence.
How does the school prevent them?
I don't know. You know, when they happen, they just happen. It's just something either they're dealing with at home and stuff. You know how they exchanging numbers and stuff like that. So we try really hard. We try to stay visible.
How do these fights affect learning?
Well, people start concentrating on something that's not part of the school.
Which groups of students do fights affect the most?
Which what?
Which groups of students do fights affect?
I would say girls. A lot of the girls because they're the ones that are not fighting.
How does it
I don't have a girlfriend. No, just
How does it affect the reputation of the school?
it makes it look bad. Because this school has always been a really good school, up to the time I've been here, which is 18 years. And this school has always had a good reputation. And we don't want it to get to the point where people say, "Oh, Lincoln has a bad reputation for fighting."
What are some solutions to school fights?
I think it's got to be taught at home, values and stuff like that. But for here, it's just I don't know. I wouldn't know. Prevent it here.
Like, what are you really asking me?
Like as a teacher and you see fights, like
I think they're stupid. Like, they're absolutely dumb.
how does the school prevent them?
It's hard because, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, we don't know every single thing that happens, right? The problem is it's not just the school, right? It's you have kids out there that are more want to just videotape fights than actually stop them. Like, actually, if you were to ask your friends or people that get into fights, how many of their friends talked about it? Okay. So what is the school supposed to do if they've already made up their mind?
How do fights affect learning?
Well, obviously, if you're like immature, then that means all you do is talk about the fight and you don't pay attention to class.
Which groups of students do fights affect? Like
Everyone. It affects everybody. Because, right, like I said, now all of a sudden, instead of like it being about coming to school and learning, everyone just wants to talk about the fight.
how does it affect the reputation of the school?
Well, it makes it poor, right? Because now instead of it being a place where people can learn and be safe, people are scared because people are fighting on campus.
What are some solutions to school fights?
Solutions to school fights? I mean, within the educational like policies, I have no idea, to be honest with you, because I haven't read them for all the purposes of the fighting, so I couldn't tell you. You'd have to look at the educational code and see what they say.
All right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is this for KG?
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Ramses G.
Middle name?
My name is Ramses Tyreka G. I'm in 12th grade.
How do you feel about school fights at Lincoln High School?
They're pretty entertaining, but violence should be stopped.
How does the school prevent them?
School does not prevent them. They happen everywhere. We know we have cage fights underground.
How do fights affect learning?
They don't really affect learning because they happen during lunchtime. But if they happen during school, then it might affect my learning.
Which groups of students do fights affect?
The people who are in fights.
Can you please elaborate?
Like whoever's in fights, like whoever fights, it will affect them because they get suspended.
How does it affect the reputation of the school?
People are gonna not want to come to the school because there's a bunch of fights here, and then like they don't want to get jumped, or they want to be in fights, and they think it's all violent.
What are some solutions to school fights?
Set up a boxing.
Yeah, set up a boxing, like a boxing program at school. That way, people can let out their anger and like fight legally and in a safe area.
Yeah, they have to sign a waiver.
Yeah.